It means an awful lot. It really does. It just gives a heart. It just brings the country together, and Tucson should be really proud.
A race to reach a point where breast cancer is no longer a threat, and Tucsonans answered that early wake-up call. And a live look as people gather on Tucson's south side this evening. They are part of a national movement called the Million Hoodie March. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Corinne Hatala. Tammy Vogt has the evening off. African-American community churches across the nation are calling for justice in the shooting death of 17-year-old Trayvon Martin in Florida. And a Tucson organization is now joining in. We'll have a live report, but first, 9 on Your Side breaks down the case. The teen was shot while wearing a hooded sweatshirt as he walked home on a rainy night in a gated community. A neighborhood watch volunteer, this man, 28-year-old George Zimmerman, shot him and has not been charged. The U.S. Department of Justice is investigating whether this was a hate crime. Zimmerman's attorney believes Florida's Stand Your Ground law applies to the case and that his client acted in self-defense. 9 on Your Side's Valerie Cavazos joins us now live from that march.
Yeah, the Interdenominational Ministerial Alliance of Tucson is holding this rally. People are streaming in right now. The crowd is about maybe 24 at this point. They do expect maybe 100, but because there wasn't a lot of publicity on this, they don't know exactly what the numbers are. All participants are asked to wear hoodies for this particular rally, but some people have not, so we haven't seen as many. The pastor of a couple of churches, a handful of churches, will be speaking to this crowd about what happened in Florida, and they will cover the topic of racial profiling as well. We did speak to the organizer of this event earlier this afternoon.
It is important to us that we stand with them because there are some instances where some people have stories about being racially profiled even in Tucson.
Is it, though, premature because we don't have all of the facts in this particular case yet?
Well, I suppose one could say that, but the amount of facts that we have so far indicate that something was wrong.
And again, this is coinciding with a national event, some of the pastors have also decided that they will be wearing, and some of the congregation will be wearing hoodies every Sunday in their churches until Zimmerman's arrest is made, if that even ever happens at this point. Again, we do not know all the facts in the case, so as things develop, this group, they do have some other events planned and not quite sure what will happen or how long, but as far as today's event is, again, this is just forming at this point. We don't know how big the crowd is going to be. Reporting live from Quincy Douglas Park, I'm Valerie Cavazos. KGUN 9 on Your Side.
Valerie, thank you so much for that report. A stabbing has become a homicide in tonight's 9 on Your Side Crime Watch. What started as an argument quickly escalated to a fistfight, and now one man is dead and one man is on the run. Tucson police tells 9 on Your Side a woman called 911 to report someone had been stabbed. It happened on Thursday in the 200 block of East Pastime near Prince and Stone. Today, police released the name of the victim. He is 21-year-old Clinton Myers. Investigators say the man who stabbed him ran away. So if you have any information, you are asked to call 911 or 88 Crime. New information this evening on breaking news we brought you last night at 10. A Tucson man involved in a rollover has died. It happened about 8 o'clock last night near Speedway in Camino Seco. Police say 50-year-old Jack Burnett lost control of his car and flipped it. No one else was involved. An autopsy will determine if drugs or alcohol were factors in that crash. Crowds dressed in pink showed up to take part in the Race for the Cure. It's the largest fundraiser for the Susan G. Komen Foundation of Southern Arizona, but even this morning, donations were down. 9 on Your Side's Marcelino Benito reports from Reid Park on how the race was still a success.
Corinne, it's a cause that means so much for so many, and despite a projected drop in numbers this year, thousands came out to Reid Park to race for the cure.
3, 2, 1!
Just like that, they were off. A sea of pink and white took over Midtown streets, passionate and fired up about battling breast cancer.
It means an awful lot. It really does. It just gives a heart. It just brings the country together, and Tucson should be really proud.
Organizers confirmed to 9 on Your Side that registration was down 30% less from last year. But you wouldn't know it by taking a look down the street or by the cheering that made its way down Country Club. Everywhere you turned, there was pink, shown off in every which way. How do you feel when you see that?
Oh, I feel so deeply moved and overjoyed at the courage in our people.
Everyone runs or walks for a different reason. Every woman has her own story to tell.
My sister Donna, it's in her brain now and it's been in her bones.
Started with my mom, and then 4 years later I was diagnosed.
Today I dedicated the day to my sister, a 20-year breast cancer survivor.
It's the word survivor that really hits home on this walk. Families show 9 on Your Side the names and the faces of those who they remember, the ones who died and the ones who continue to fight step by step. You're donned in pink from head to toe.
Right.
And you see it out here on the streets. I mean, well, what does it do for you as a survivor just to see all this support from the community as a whole?
Oh, it feels so good because you know that, they really care. There really are people that care, and I really feel like we are going to have a cure. It's going to come.
We're told 7,000 plus people made it across the finish line today. We won't have a final tally on donations for a few weeks, but organizers tell me they are cautiously optimistic. For now, we're reporting from Reid Park. I'm Marcelino Benito, KGUN-9 on Your Side.
And 9 on Your Side's own meteorologist Aaron Brackett, Jessica Chapin, and photojournalist Andrew Batista got up early this morning in support of the cause, helping to raise money for the Susan G. Komen Foundation. And it was a beautiful morning for the walk or run, but